What's up, everybody? It's Pika calling in from Singapore. It is Thursday night, and I don't know about you, but I feel good because I got some sleep last night. All right, I know it was a really short one yesterday. I think it was like 7 minutes finally when I did the second recording, and I was trying to give you some value before I fell out because I just couldn't keep my eyes open anymore. Anyway, I did sleep really well. I woke up a couple times, but it wasn't for more than a couple seconds. And yes, I have a bad habit of checking my phone when I wake up, but it wasn't so bad last night because I didn't get up and go browsing through Facebook or anything. I just looked to see if there were any like messages or updates, and then I just went back to sleep. Um, I woke up super early. Actually, woke up before my alarm, way before my alarm, and kept dozing in and out for a little bit until the alarm went off at 5:30. Got up, got dressed, and did my Periscope. This morning was pretty intense. I think I was on for like, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes or something. But I felt like there was a lot I needed to cover. I felt like I really needed to get, this lesson off my chest because it's really important to me, and it's been something that's been recurring for me for the past, I don't know, couple weeks. So I know I touched on it a couple days ago where I felt like you are defined by your decisions, not your circumstances. And there are a couple of ways to control some of those things as well. So I think I remember telling y'all that, you can control your actions and your thoughts, and that's pretty much it. You can control your thoughts, and your thoughts will actually control your feelings. So it really depends on what kind of dialogue you're having within your mind, okay? So it really does matter. And then I went into, there are 6 steps for you to kind of come to peace with everything and maybe really shift your mindset. So I went over that this morning, and I want to share that with you tonight as well. So basically, I got this from Vishen Lakhiani, who's part of the Mindvalley Academy. He's the founder. Amazing content. He has some amazing people that are working with him that are offering content. And yes, it is paid content, but the thing is, it really is life-changing, mind-shifting, paradigm-shifting. It's quite deep. So let me go through the 6 steps that, because I know them by heart now that I've been talking about them. Basically, whenever you find yourself in a situation where you can't handle it, you're upset, you're being, pulled in opposite directions from where you want to be and where you need to be, you've been caught off guard, any of those things, you feel like you got gut punched, any of those things, right? So think of that situation, and what I want you to do first is to think about the other person in that situation. Obviously, most situations have another person in it somewhere, and obviously they're pissing you off, or you're misinterpreting what they're doing, or you're taking offense. It could be anything. Whatever it is, I want you to think about the other person. And the first thing I want you to do is find some compassion. Just like you are going through some kind of journey and some kind of trial or tribulation, those people also are going through the same thing. So it's up to us as human beings. I feel like we're created for the sole purpose of loving each other. You need to find some compassion. You need to give them the benefit of the doubt. Give them space to be who they are, because you have no idea what kind of dialogue is running through their head. You have no idea the kinds of troubles that they're going through. You have no idea what God is asking them to walk through. Okay? So find some compassion. The second thing I want you to do is be grateful. Grateful for whatever situation you're in, because obviously there's a lesson in it that you need to learn. And obviously God would not bring you to it if you aren't going to get through it somehow. Okay? The only way to get through it is to go through it. You can't sidestep, you can't bypass. You can bypass if you want, but it's going to pop up again later. So that's what I'm saying. You got to go through it. You got to really learn whatever lesson that is. Be grateful for the things you do have. I've talked about law of attraction a lot, and I know that y'all understand me when I say don't focus on the lack that you're experiencing. Whatever it is you're missing, don't go focus on whatever you're missing. You get more of what you're missing, right? So go focus on the things you do have. Don't miss out on all the things that you do have by focusing on that one thing that you don't have. And this is something that I've been learning lately too, okay? So the first one is compassion. The second one is gratitude. The third one is forgiveness. Just like I told you to be compassionate toward the other people in that situation that you're going through, I need you to forgive them. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. They have no idea how you feel about a situation. They have no idea how you're going to interpret, whatever's going on with them. So forgive them for not knowing any better, if nothing else. Okay? So we've gone through compassion, we've gone through gratitude, we've gone through forgiveness. The next thing I want you to do is, hold on. I'm not sure if I remember correctly. Yes, I'm getting out my notes, you guys. because I'm getting old and I can't remember everything. So the next thing I want you to do is actually create a future vision, okay? I need you to think about what it is you want at the end of the day, what it is you actually want to be, where you want to be, how you want to be, whatever it is. You figure out what your future vision is. I know I talked about Simon Sinek this morning, and Simon Sinek made the beautiful analogy that, if I tell you to go to the corner window in this room, you're going to go exactly there. And if I throw a chair in front of you, you're going to sidestep the chair and still go to the exact window. And it's like that in life. I need you to be very, very clear about what it is you want, so that no matter what trip-ups you find, whatever hang-ups, whatever, obstacles that pop up, you know exactly where you want to be. And because of that hiccup, you know exactly how you're going to get there, even though there is a hiccup. So if I throw a chair in front of you, after I've told you to go to the window, you're going to still go to the window, you're just going to go around it. If I tell you, hey, head to that side of the room, and then I throw a chair in front of you, you're probably going to change directions and not really go to the same place you intended to go the first time. So in that regard, you would change your end destination. Whereas in the first situation, you'd go directly there no matter what. No stops, do not, you're not going to sidestep anything, you're just going to go straight there. You're going to find a way to get there. So there's a difference between having a specific goal in mind and having a vague goal in mind. Get specific, very specific. There are exercises that Wendy's had us do as we were going through RVP training to figure out our ideal day. Once we have what we want, to envision what our life would be like. We get up in the morning, this is the things we would do because we have our own business. We don't have to go punch a clock anywhere, but you still need to manage your time. You still need to give every task in your career as an entrepreneur some time. Everything has a time and place, right? So for you to imagine those things, you know exactly what your life would be like. So you know exactly how to get there. So let's go with this again. We have compassion, we have gratitude, we have forgiveness, we have a future vision. The next thing is you need to have power over yourself. You really need to have control over your thoughts and your emotions. You really need to rein it in. You need to be aware of what's going on. I know that Gary Vaynerchuk is really big on self-awareness. Know who you are. Don't bullshit yourself. Don't stand in the mirror and tell yourself a bunch of lies about I'm great, I'm amazing, all this stuff, and you know you're not doing the things you should be doing. Be real. If you can't be honest with yourself, how are you going to be honest with anybody else? So know who you are. And once you know who you are, you know what kind of bullshit lies you're going to tell yourself. So you take that power over yourself. You make sure that no one else can manipulate you because of your emotions, because you have the capacity to be logical even though you have emotion. Know yourself. Trust yourself. Be real with yourself, for God's sake, so you can get the things that you really, really want to get. How are you going to get to your end destination if you can't be real with yourself? And I'm going to tell you right now, I've been through this, all right? I've been in network marketing situations where I think I was peddling RX cards or something. So if you show the card to your doctor, you're supposed to get some percentage off of your whatever. I don't know. So it sounded like a really, really great deal. Super simple. I was going to do all this stuff. And push come to shove, I didn't do so well. Okay, I didn't make a single penny. And I was like, yes, the system is fucked up. I mean, it was so stupid. But as I went through my career and I found a couple other network marketing opportunities, what I realized was, you know what, had I actually applied myself in that first situation, I may have actually gotten somewhere. But I was lying to myself at the time, saying it's not me, it's the system. So, I mean, obviously I'm not going to win because the system's flawed. No, I didn't put in the work. I didn't put in the hours, I didn't put in the work, I didn't go knock on doors, I didn't go talk to people, I didn't do nothing. So how can I expect to succeed if I'm not going to put in the work? So I know myself. I know I have the capability to lie to myself and say, oh yeah, I did everything I could possibly do. No, I didn't. I need to be completely real with myself. So that's what I want you to do with you as well. Be real with yourself. Be honest. Okay? And then that last thing is a sense of support. Now, I'm not going to lie, I feel like I'm alone. And even though my brother will say, no, you're not alone, I'm here. Yeah, but your ass is in Sydney, and there's a time difference, and even if I wanted you to be here right now because I'm going through a crisis, chances are you might not pick up the phone. That's just real. And even then, even if you do pick up the phone, is not the same as you being here. It's not the same as you understanding, really understanding what I'm going through. It's not the same thing. In that regard, yes, I know you feel like you may not have support either, but there is something else to consider. Something that I've only recently realized. Will Smith, one of my favorite actors of all time, and he's done some amazing work. The kinds of projects that he chooses are like just, they're super deep, and there's so many layers to the things that he does. So I was watching him talk about, things that inspire him and things that he's learned, and he was saying, as far as support is concerned, you got to think about the human experience in a broad scale, okay? So we're living in 2017. So before 2017, all the way BC, 80, all of that, if you were to put all of the human experience together, I guarantee you there isn't a single problem that someone else hasn't gone through exactly the way you have and hasn't written down the solution for you somewhere. Okay? The solution is there. The truth is there. The things you need to know when you need to know them, they are there. It's just up to you to actually be open to receiving the answers that you're looking for. Right? So honestly, the universe is there to support you. It's always been there to support you. The law of attraction says whatever you put your mind to, you can have. And unfortunately, that includes all the things you worry about. So it's there to support you. It's almost like I heard someone describe it as the genie from Aladdin, except there's no three wishes. It just goes on and on and on. So you ask for something, you better be damn sure you know exactly what you're asking for and be very specific. Don't leave out any details or you get something else. But when you ask, the universe has no choice but to say, your wish is my command. But that also means that if you flip-flop, if you're one of those people like, I want this. Actually, yeah, maybe not. I want that. The universe is going to get stunted. It's going to stop. It's going to try and give you this, and then you change your mind. You just try and give you that. And in the end, you don't get either one of them. You have to control your mind. That's where knowing your mind, controlling your mind becomes very, very handy. It's very easy to get caught up in worry. It's very easy to sit there at work and suddenly be like, oh, let's look up YouTube for this answer. And suddenly you're looking at cat videos and you have no idea how you spent 3 hours. The mind is like that. You need to control your mind. You need to be very specific about what you ask the universe for. And you need to understand, you need to really accept that the universe and the force, for lack of a better term, is there to support you. I'm telling you again, there is nothing that you're going through right now that somebody, somewhere, hasn't already gone through and written down the answers for you. The problem with our generation is we want quick fixes, right? The millennials are out there like, oh my God, it's just so hard. I want the answer right now. I'm not going to sit there and work for 3 years or 4 years and understand the pain before I go out and build my own stuff. But yeah, they want the answers right now. What I'm telling you is, millions of people have written books. Gary Vee's written a book. Simon Sinek's written a book. Seth Godin. I mean, I can go on and on and on. The Secret, there's I don't know how many versions of The Secret and The Gift and the whatever else. All of these things are answers to your problems. It just depends on if you're open to receiving that answer and open to applying that answer. Of the millions and millions and millions of books that are out there, and their copies, it's not that they printed one, they printed millions, right? For everyone else to go and buy. Barnes and Nobles and Books A Million and Kinokuniya and Popular and all these people. They have not one copy of a book, they have hundreds of copies of the book. You have all this information available to you. It's on Kindle, it's on the internet. There's bootleg versions of everything. Come on. There's no excuse. So if all these copies of all these books, how many of you read the book? Great. How many of you read the book and apply what the book is telling you? Aha, therein lies the rub. So what I'm saying is, you have what you need. It's up to you to go out and find it and use it. Tonight I wanted to talk about momentum. Yesterday I took a break. I did not want to take a break. I was feeling like, I go to work in the daytime, I rush home to pick up my daughter, come back home, make dinner, give her a shower, get her to bed, and then after that, I get time to myself to do my work, to build my business. And I feel like, I was getting some good momentum in there, and I was talking to people, and I was making connections, and blah, 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 and then I felt like my body was kind of breaking down, and my best friend was like, you know what, you need to go and sleep. You stay up talking to me till like 2, 3, 4 in the morning or whatever, go to sleep for an hour or two, get back up and do the whole thing all over again, you're going to get sick. And it's not going to be like one of those massive major sicknesses. It's going to be a little cold. It's going to kick your ass because you don't have the immune system to support it. Because you don't sleep. And I was like, okay, fine. You have a point. I'm going to sleep. So much to my chagrin, I went to sleep on time. I didn't sleep the whole night because I did keep waking up, but I slept a lot better than I have been. And I did feel a lot more refreshed this morning. But I realized something. I push myself to the limit every day because I don't want to wake up in 10 years and be like, damn, if I had just put in some work back then, I wouldn't have to struggle still now. I've done that too many years in my life. I have slept half my life away, zombified, stuck with someone who didn't give a shit if I was alive or dead, pushing myself to take care of their dreams and the dreams of my stepchildren and my children, and I was on a back burner. And I mean, I was happy doing that. I enjoy being a wife. I enjoy being a mother. I don't know how to be a girlfriend. I don't know how to be like a halfway anything. I don't know how to half-ass anything. I will put my whole ass into everything I do, okay? The point being, I didn't want to waste time, but I also realized that it's really not wasting time. It's actually investing into my health. But even then, I need to make sure that I leverage every spare moment I have. I can't sit around and waste time. I can't sit around waiting on people to call me. I can't sit around waiting on people to respond back to me. It's a waste of my time. If I, like Gary Vee, can become fast in the micro, my life will be infinitely better for it. So yes, I need to make sure that I put aside time to sleep, but that also means that because that takes away time that I could be doing something else, I need to be super efficient while I'm awake. So the momentum is really important to me. It took me a lot of courage, a lot of mental strength to get my ass up and actually build that damn website. Do you remember way back when I started? This is episode 53, y'all, okay? And episode 1, I remember talking about, I randomly decided to get up and build a website. Why? Because I could feel something stupid coming, and I could feel like it was going to kick my ass, and I was going to need money right away. But you know what? I could have built that. I didn't have to wait till something colossal was about to happen and it was going to shake me to my core to suddenly get up and go do something. I could have done that. But like I said before in several episodes, you know what? I was one of those people who was like, I can't do this until XYZ. I can't build a website until I have $100 to go pay someone to build a website. Guess what? At the end of the day, I didn't pay nobody to build the website. I did it my damn self. So that was an excuse just for the hell of it. I told myself, I can't buy t-shirts and make t-shirts until I have this amount of money left over after all my bills are paid. Well, obviously I wasn't going to have any money left because all I was doing was spending money and then paying my bills, so there would never be anything left over. So I had to flip that. I had to change that around. That's where Vanessa in Canada came through for me. She helped me organize my finances and look at it differently. If I pay myself first and then pay my bills, then whatever's left over is actually for groceries and stuff like that. I can pare down everything that I'm spending and make sure that I limit and don't spend on stupid stuff. I don't go out to eat that often. I cook as much as I can. If I had a microwave at the office, I would probably never buy lunch. I'd probably pack it and go. Actually, you know what? That's an excuse. I could still pack my lunch and go. I could still pack sandwiches. I just don't sleep well enough to wake up early enough to go do all that stuff right now. So that's going to change, I promise. But like I said, momentum. There is nothing that you can't do. There are people out there doing it. My cousin in Malaysia, she's freaking amazing, okay? She's in a wheelchair, y'all. She is a paraplegic, and she's a published author. She is a painter who actually goes to the bazaar on the weekends and sells her art. She is a chef at her parents' restaurant. She went to culinary school while in a wheelchair, got all that stuff done, is qualified, and is a chef at her parents' restaurant. What's your damn excuse? What's my damn excuse? If there's a will, there is a way. If you want the momentum, go start it up. The hardest thing for me, honestly, was the beginning, that first step. And then once I saw that it was easy, it was getting going, I couldn't stop myself. And it's been like one thing after another, one thing after another. If you ask Vanessa, if you ask Mia, if you ask Christina from San Francisco, if you ask any of these people who I am and what I'm like, they'll be like, oh my gosh, she's so damn amazing. And she's like, oh my gosh, she does this stuff all the time. But you know what? It's not amazing. It's ordinary. I feel like I could be doing more than this. I've just figured out time. I suddenly understand that 10 minutes really focus on something makes a fucking difference. I've been in classes where I've been trying to read, a chapter or whatever, and I've read over the same line 20 times, and I'm not going anywhere. Why? Because I'm not fired up about it. I could care less. But this right here, this business I'm trying to build, this brand I'm trying to build, I'm giving you free content every night. I'm trying to talk you through whatever it is that I'm going through. That's for free. Why? Because I want you to understand. I'm going through it. I'm in the trenches right now. The hustle sucks. But I'm enjoying it. I don't know if I like it when I have tons of money and like so much time to do. I like having stuff to do. It gives me purpose. It pushes me to get up every morning. And yeah, I wouldn't mind a vacation, but come on. How many vacations can you take before you're like, all right, what do I do next? What's the next project? Why do you think Richard Branson is so fucking awesome? He doesn't stop for nothing. It's always on to the next one, on to the next one. What else can I do? Momentum. If I can leave you with one piece of advice tonight, go put that first step in. Go move. Take that first step. Once you take that first step, the second step becomes easier, and then the third, and then the fourth. Look at me, it's episode 53. And I don't even know if you would like my voice at the first. Come on, you got this. If I can do this shit, you can. I know you can. Put that first step in. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Bye.